Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a free website with the Hostinger website builder using their 7-day free trial. Now this is a feature that we've been waiting a long time for Hostinger to release. It's my favorite website builder by far, and their main competitors Wix and Squarespace have always allowed this. This is a new fantastic addition for Hostinger, and this is absolutely awesome for people who are new to building websites. You want to test this out, you want to actually build your website and see how it looks before you put it live. And that is exactly what we can do with this 7-day free trial. Now, just to be transparent, if you actually want to publish the website and put this live, you do need one of the paid plans, but on Hostinger, this is super cheap regardless. I'm talking $3 to $4 per month, depending on the plan that you sign up with. But everything up to that point, the building, the customization, the layout is completely free to try. Now, to get started with Hostinger and to get access to the free trial, you can do so using the top link down in the description. And with this, not only is it going to take you to this screen where we can get started for free, but this is also going to give you the best deals and discounts available for later down the line when you actually want to put your website live. So what we want to do on this screen is just click right here on Start for Free. We are on the Hostinger website builder screen. As I say, my link will take you to the correct area. So we just click on Start for Free. And then in here, we can register our Hostinger account. So all we need to do is enter in the email address that we would like to sign up with and create a password. And then we can click on Start Free Trial. And in here, we are going to be taken straight over to the Hostinger website builder. Now we have two options for how we can go ahead and create this website. The first option is we can create this with AI, or the second option is we can go down to these pre-made templates right here, and we can select from one of these pre-made templates. So with the AI builder, all we have to do is go in and enter in the brand name and give a description of the website. So if I want to make a travel blog, for example, I could type in right here, Holden's Travels. And then we can go down to the description and I can say, create me a travel blog, give it a clean and minimalistic design. That's all we have to type in. And as you can see, this is a great description. And then we can click on create website. Just like that, the AI is going to get to work. But the way that I feel about this is that the templates that we get from the AI builder are just never as good as the templates that we can get with one of the pre-made templates with Hostinger. So you can use the AI if you would like, but I always, when building a website on Hostinger, go with one of the pre-made templates. And up here at the top, you can choose your category, you can choose the type of website that you are building, and then we can choose one of the templates this way. So in this example, I'm going to go ahead and create a coffee shop. This is going to be a website for my coffee shop to bring in new customers. And it really doesn't matter what website you are creating, you can still follow along with this tutorial because the base concepts of how we edit things on the Hostinger website builder are exactly the same. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to go into restaurants right here. And even though none of these templates are specifically designed for coffee shops, maybe this one right here, but I'm not going to choose this one. What we can do is we can go up and choose any of these. This is the one I'm going to go with. So we can select this template. And just like that, this is now going to load in. Now, the awesome thing about the Hostinger website builder, and the reason this is my favorite website builder out there, is because this is so simple to use and create a website. This is drag and drop. So we can simply move things around the website. If we have any text or images, we can move these around and place them wherever we would like to place them. And then to change the text or to change any images that we have on the website, all we have to do is click in and edit. So let's edit this top section first. I'm going to change this from Campos to Holden's Cafe, just like this. And then for this background image right here, this could be pretty cool, but I do want to find my own image. So what you can do is you can either take images yourself and then upload them to your computer and we can drop these in. Or there is an awesome royalty-free image website that I will show you if you don't have any images to upload to your site. Now, this website is called Pexels. As you can see, these are stock photos that are royalty-free, so you can use these for your website. And in here, I'm going to go ahead and type in cafe. And just like that, we can see all of these different options that I can use for my website. So we might want to try a few of these out and just see which works the best. I'm going to try this one right here. We could also try this one and see how that looks. And then this one looks awesome as well, so we can try this one too. So to actually replace this background image, all we have to do on the website is click on the section, click on edit section right here, and then we can see in section settings, we have this image that we can go ahead and replace. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload all of the files that I just downloaded, and then we can go in and try each of these out. So we will try this one first of all, and we can see how this one looks. Looks pretty good. We might want to even turn this dark background up. So if you have white text, we can turn this up and make this a little bit darker. So we could go for maybe 35. I really do like the look of that. Let's try this one out as well. Okay, I don't really like that one as much. And the last one that we are going to try is this. Perfect. So the first image was definitely the best looking in my opinion. We can drop that in right there. And then down here we have a little bit of text to edit once again. So we can say that maybe this is in the Shard in London. This is going to be my address for this coffee shop. We can then go down and we can see right here we have some social media icons. So if you have anything on your website, any of these elements that you want to delete, well, what we can do is we can click in and we can just delete these. Or of course, we can go in and edit these social icons. We can link our Instagram right here. We can link our Facebook. We can link TripAdvisor, or we can add new links if we would like to. But I think they look pretty cool, so I'm just going to leave these there. And then if there's anything else that you would like to add to your website in any of these sections, well, what we can do is we can go over to add element right here, and we can add videos in, we can add maps in, we can add like a subscribe form, we can add more text, we can add images, and all we have to do is drop these in right here. Click on edit, and then in this control panel, we can go ahead and upload the image or the video or whatever you would like to add. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this. I think this looks really awesome. What we could also do is if we want to try this out, we could like stretch this along and bring this up. But I think this looks better as before. So I'm just going to use this back arrow to take me to how the website was before. Perfect. Then we can go down to these next sections and we can start editing all of these different sections on the website. Exceptional coffee, cozy atmosphere, crafted with care. That is absolutely awesome. And then you're probably starting to get the point in this now. What we can do is we can just go down and we can edit the rest of the website. So I like this right here where we have small bites. Of course, we can click in and we can change each of these right here. We can edit the price, we can edit the menu. But then what we could also do is if I want a coffee section in here, we can actually duplicate this section. And I'm going to say that this is beverages, right? And then maybe we can copy or duplicate this text right here and just drag this a little bit above. And we can say that these are coffees. And then we could replace this. We could say that maybe this is a flat white. Then this one could be a cappuccino. I think I've spelled that wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. And then down here, we could say that this is a latte. Over here, we could once again duplicate this and just drag this over. And in this section, we could say that these are soft drinks. And we could say that this is a Coke. We could say that this is a lemonade. And then we would just go down, we would edit the prices, we would edit the description underneath. But this is not really specifically for a cafe website. This is just how you edit everything on the site. So we can go down, we can click into edit these images. We can grab images from Pexels or images that you have. We can replace these on the website, and that's how you can create the home screen. What you can also do is if you have a section right here on your website that you want to get rid of, that you don't need on the homepage, well, we can go down, we can click on delete just like that, and that section is now going to be deleted. If you have a section you would like to add to your website, we can go up to add section right here. And as you can see, we have about sections, we have services sections, we have maps, testimonials, all of these different things. We have Instagram feeds that we can link up. And once again, if we just go ahead and add one of these, it's going to drop in, and then we just edit this in the exact same way. But what I'm going to do is just delete this section right here. And that's how you can customize the homepage of your website. So that is the homepage. There are also other pages that we might want to go in and edit. So the way that we do this, there's effectively two ways to do this. We edit the pages that are already on the website. So we can see we have contact and book a table. And then the second thing is we can actually add new pages to the website if there's a page that we need that isn't already there. So for example, with the contact us, we can click into contact right here. And once again, this is the exact same where we just click in, we can click into the image, we can click in here and edit the phone number, we can edit the email, all of these different things. We can edit the address down here. In book a table, we can go through. And very important in these forms, if you have a form on your website, just make sure that this email is the email that you would like to receive these emails to, because what's going to happen is when somebody fills this out, it's going to send you an email to this email address right here that essentially says, look, somebody's filled out the form, they want to book a table, they want to work with you depending on your website, and that's going to be sent to this email right here. So that is how we can edit other pages on the website. It's the exact same easy layout that we saw originally. And then if we want to add other pages to the website or even change this navigation bar, because the home page isn't in this navigation bar, which is something we need to change. So I'm just going to move this up to main navigation, and now that's there. But to add new pages to this, so for example, maybe we would like an about page. All we have to do is click on add page right here. And we can see we have about pages, contact services, and projects. If your page isn't here, like they don't have a pre-built template for this, you probably want to go for an empty page. We can title this. And then what we do is we build this up through sections. So you would add in the different sections and you would build this page out. But for me, because my page is actually there, I'm just going to delete this page that I just created, go back in, and we can add an about us page. So we can go for this one. We can just call this about, perfect. That is now there. And then once again, we just go down, we can delete sections that we don't need. We can edit the sections that we want to edit. And that is how you can add new pages to your website. And then the last thing that we might need to do is we might want to go in. We first of all want to add a logo, but we also might want to change the site colors, the font. This doesn't work really well where we hover over and like black on black. So that definitely needs to change. But the first thing that we can do is go in and edit the logo. So to edit the logo, we can see by default, this is Campos, the name of the template. What we can do is we can either replace this if we already have an image or a logo that we can upload, or alternatively, we can click on use AI to create a unique logo. So we can click into this. If we want to create this with AI, we do need credits in order to do this. But for example, we could type in like coffee right here, and I'm not going to load credits up to do this. But we can click on create, and then down here, it's going to create us a logo. But we can create just a plain text logo right here for completely free. So I'm just going to call this called Holden's Cafe right here. Then we can choose the font that we would like to use. So I'm going to go for this font right here. We can also go down and we can change the color of this. So we might want to go for a white, as this is a black background. And then we can click on download right here. This is going to come as a zip file. So what we need to do is click into this, and then we have logo files right here. So we can go back to the website builder, replace the image, click in, and then we can drop this in just like that. So we can go ahead and upload this, and we can now see we have Holden's Cafe. We can choose how big or small we want this to be. So that is perfect. And then the last thing that we need to do is just go to website styles on this left-hand side, and we can change the colors in this. So essentially the way this works is we can see the different colors down here, and we can see where this is used on the website. Now, from the whole Hostinger user interface, this is the only part I don't like. As we can see, there's a lot of black in here, and I don't really know what black correlates to what area. So I think this is the main thing that Hostinger can fix. This isn't the end of the world. It's just a little bit fiddly. So I would guess this black is going to be this black up here. So what we can do is we can maybe just see if this is actually the right color. We can turn this to red. And no, this has changed something else on the website because this is still black up here. So as we can see, this has actually changed this button. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and remove this. And then as I said, the whole idea is we just want to play around with this, and we want to see if this is actually going to change. Once again, that's not the right thing. So we can go ahead and change this back to the original color. And there we go. I went ahead and found it. So it's actually this one up here. As we can see, that's now changed to red. So what we could do if I want to actually add a little bit of a color to this, maybe blue is going to be a little bit nicer. So we can go ahead and change that to blue. And as we can see, that's now going to be blue at the top. So that's the first color. We can then go down, and this is going to be the main color of the website, right? So we could go and we could maybe change this to white as well. Click on accept, and that's now going to change. So then we could go in and we could just change the text to black and play around with the colors right here. But I'm just going to go back to how this was originally because I like the look of this website. But just like that, once the website has been built and we are happy with this, if we want to put this live and on the internet, the way that we do this is, first of all, we save the website, and then we can click on go live, of course, we need to upgrade to do this. And this is the area where we can now choose which of these Hostinger plans that we need. For most people that are watching this video, we want to go for the premium website builder instead of the business, the more expensive plan. The only reason that you would need to use this business plan is if we need e-commerce functionality. The only real difference between these, apart from the AI tools, which we didn't use when we were building the website, is right here. You can see we get 50 websites instead of 25, but we are not creating anywhere near 25 websites. We have just created the one. And then we get 25 mailboxes, so you can create professional emails with your domain in here. We also get a free domain with this, so I could have rileyscafe.com instead of the random domain that it gives me. The biggest thing though that's going to affect the price is how long you sign up for. The only one I wouldn't recommend going for is the monthly, because the price absolutely rockets up. As we can see, $12 per month for this. But even if we go for the yearly plan right here, essentially the way that this works is we pay this upfront. So this is going to be an average price of $3.99 per month. It's going to be, my math is terrible, but maybe $45, and we have the website for an entire year. After that, after we have had the website for a year, it's then going to renew at $10.99 per month, which is why if you know you are going to have your website for the long term, it's actually better going with the 48 months, for example, because we lock in this $2.99 per month pricing for 4 years before we go to the standard renewal price, instead of the 1 year where we just lock this cheaper pricing in for 1 year. So all we do is we choose the billing period right here, and we can click on choose plan. As you can see, 75% off is absolutely awesome. Once again, we just have the options for how long we would like to sign up for. So with this, we can see for 48 months, we have the website for an entire 4 years for just $200. If we go for 12 months, we can get the website for an entire year for just $60 right here. And there's nothing additional that we need to buy. The domain comes with this. There are no hidden fees. This is how we are going to sign up. So I'm just going to go for 48 months. Then we can click on choose payment method right here. We can then choose our payment method. So we can go for card, for example. We can enter in the payment details that you would like to use, and then we can click on submit payment right here. So that is how you can build your website for free using the Hostinger 7-day free trial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.